Yeah, good morning, everybody. This is what I woke up to this morning. I think I'm going to have to do a little shoveling here before that car goes anywhere. Come on, focus. So, yeah, we didn't have enough. We had to have some more. So guess what? Today, I got to go plow some snow. And I'm taking you guys with me. I'm not going to take all the fun away. Afternoon, everybody. I told you this morning you were going to get to plow snow with me. Well, guess what you're doing? You're plowing snow with me. I got to plow snow, you're going to plow snow. Looks like our big blizzard is over now. I don't know, it wasn't much of a blizzard. I don't know. They said it called it a blizzard, but I don't know. I think I've only seen one blizzard in my life, and that was down in southern Minnesota. Now down there they have blizzards. Went for 3 days. It's snowing just absolutely hard. The wind's blowing. It sounds like there's a train going through the house. That's what I call a blizzard. That's what I saw down there. That was around 1973, 1974. He was just a little kid. They had a late season blizzard down there, which I guess they're supposed to get. We got this one, let's see, it's Friday today. I think tomorrow, I think it's Saturday or Sunday, they're forecasting big snow for down, I don't know if it's southeastern Minnesota or, I think it was. Southwestern Minnesota wasn't quite as bad as southeastern Minnesota, but northern Iowa. So, I don't know, they predicted for us that we were supposed to get right around, I think they said 9 to 13 inches, and I don't know, I'd guess we got pretty close to a foot. There's some ice there. There we go. So, yeah, we got some snowbanks around here again. They kind of settled way down. It was kind of nice, but oh well. Much as I don't like it, I guess it is good moisture for spring. So I shouldn't complain, but I still think I burned up more fuel plowing snow this winter than I did all during hay season last year. Been constantly plowing snow. So yeah, there I figured I'd give you a shot of this. If I'm gonna ride the skid steer, you get to ride the skid steer. Some of this I'm gonna take and drag out. I think I'll do tomorrow. When it's fluffy like this, it's kind of a pain in the neck to plow. It's like a lot easier once it sets up a day there. That'll bake the barn up good. Keep the chickens warm. Yeah, so that's what I got going this afternoon right at the moment. As soon as I'm done with this, I got some stuff going in the shop, but back to it. So I suppose I'll bring you guys back here. I'd probably take you for a loop around the yard here quick and show you all the big banks we got. Some of you people never get to see this fun stuff. I don't know. White rain. The only thing is rain doesn't cost me money to plow. So, yeah, we got that bank right there. It's probably, that's about 9 feet. That's probably 7 or 8 there. So, yeah, that's what I got. So I'll bring you back. Morning, everybody. I wanted to get a shot of these for, I knew Bryce and Kev would both enjoy these. It was my wife's grandfather. This is a couple of her toys that he had when he was a little kid. A little truck there I kind of trying to figure, it looked to me like it was from the grill style. It's a little Chevy emblem on the front of it. But I think it came out, it was like a 33 or 34 Chevrolet is what it was replicated after. So just wanted to show you some of the neat stuff something we've acquired over the years. I think she said her great uncle made that little wood log trailer by hand. And then the bellows, I don't remember the story on them. It's something from Maria's family. That clock there, that was my grandfather and grandmother's. I don't know, it's veneer, so I don't know how old it is. And I don't know a whole lot. All I know is my dad told me it belonged to my grandfather and grandmother. So that's all I know about that. But I thought that's kind of a cool, these were cool old toys. They still function, they still work. So, and then here I got, if I don't trip over a dog, there's some of my dad's old cowbells that I should take and clean them up again, but I like the patina on them too. This one was actually, that was a handmade cowbell back from when he milked cows back many, many years ago. And just some cool old memorabilia. I got one more thing over here. This was the lantern my dad always carried with him when he went out to milk cows in the morning and at night. And he'd saved it for all the years, and one day he was going to throw it away, and then I said, well, you don't want to throw that away, that's kind of neat. And he said, yeah. He said, maybe I should fix it up. So he did. He cleaned it all up and then put it back. So it could function. I think it might even have oil in it for all I know. But so that was kind of a neat thing. Let's see, what else did we have here? Kind of for memorabilia. Well, we got some. Kev would like this too, right up on top of the cupboard there. I don't know if I can zoom in or not. Yeah, probably. I'll screw everything up. But some old back saltines when they came in the tin. Some old Red Owl. I don't think that's not huge. That's probably from the 70s. Singer sewing oil. That probably is from the 50s, 60s. But a few old things that we've just over the years, Maria's come across. At those pails up there, that was my grandfather on my mother's side, always carried them with him. He was a trapper and he was an outdoorsman. He spent a lot of time in the woods, and he always carried them for boiling water and making supper in and whatnot. So that was kind of cool. And what else? Oh, I was going to show you. We got back here in the office. It's that time of the year again. Maria put some eggs in. We're cooking up some eggs here see if we get a few chickens out of them. I think it holds 18. We hatched a few last year with them, and so it works. So she's got that going. I think it's the second week now, so we probably got about another week and a half or so before they even start to do anything. But yeah, she's gone this weekend. She's actually down in Bryce's, kind of northwest of Bryce, down in Ortonville for the week. So I would have gone with her, but I ended up having to. Somebody's got to stay with the big animals. So, and here is the boot from the Axeman. That's why he got dubbed the Axeman when he cut his toe off. We've saved the boot. Pretty nice clean cut on it, but oh. And another little piece of memorabilia. I don't have a good shot at them or not, but these old milk crates, these old wood milk crates, we've got a lot of them around here. Maria's grandfather owned the dairy in Virginia, Minnesota, so we have a lot of stuff of his, and I'll bring you back and I'll show you some more stuff there in a little bit. I haven't really got started plowing snow yet, so I'll bring you back. And no, I haven't done the dishes yet, but there isn't enough there to even worry about. So well, here's a set of diamonds here. I got a 24, a 15, a 10, an 8, and a 6. So I'm short. I knew Bryce would like this. I know he likes, I'm the same as him when I like to collect anything. The wife goes to a rummage sale or anything, I always tell her, if you see any tools that say diamond on them, buy them. So, over the years, I've collected them. I've got to have the 4. I need a 12 and the 18. This came from a local guy here I knew pretty much all my life. He died, well, he's been dead probably about 20 years, 15, 20 years now, but came out of his estate sale. He had heavy equipment. He ran drag lines and trucks and dozers and whatnot. And so, and I knew Bryce would like them, so I almost got the whole set someday. And this one has been welded. I wouldn't want to shake the hand of the man that broke that, unless he had a pipe on it, was cheating. But if he broke it just the way it is, that's quite a man. So, but yeah, it's some old stuff I've got. This old ratchet, Maria acquired that from an estate sale. She bought, it was a whole bunch of tools the guy had, and she bought pretty much all the tools, and I looked at it, and I was like, that's a snap-on head. And nowhere on it did it say Snap-on or any kind of a brand name on it. Well, there was a number stamped on it. So I looked it up. And, I think it was in the 60s, 50s or 60s. Maybe it was in the 50s. There's a company, and they were bought out here not that many years ago. They still kind of are in existence, but they're called Green Lee. They made a lot of electricians' tools, a lot of wire cutters, whatnot. And it was kind of a promotional thing for them. It should have a green handle going down here. And I looked at, and Snap-on did make it for them. So it was some promotional thing they had. And then that tool sitting right next to it, I know Kev knows what that is. I'm sure Kev's probably run one of those in his day. So, yeah, and then anybody that was on the ground in Vietnam probably recognizes one of those. That was the Ontario Knife Works. That's the real, that isn't stamped China. That's made in the U.S. and stamped U.S. and with the Ontario Knife Works on it. So that's kind of a cool old thing. I found that in an old car, if I remember right. I was scrapping out. So some more stuff I've acquired. Then back to my previous clip here, where I was talking about my wife's grandfather owning the dairy in Virginia. That was they had that on, I think, on the milk house at their place in Cherry. It might have been in Virginia too, I don't remember. But that came from there. Her aunt had it, and her aunt was moving and didn't have any place to put it, and nobody really wanted it. Everybody wanted it, but nobody wanted it. And I said, well, I'll hang it in the shop. And they said, well, good, it's found a home. I said, yep, it's got a home as long as I'm alive. So, got that. Some other old memorabilia up here. Oh, I think that gear action there, that's out of an old drill press, a real old drill press. Matt would probably recognize that, but that's what I think it's from. I think it's from a big drill press like he restored. My original picaroon that I bought when I first started in the woods, I saved that. That's probably only about 40 years old, but of course it's been lacking a little bit, and I didn't really oil it up and take care of it. I just kind of wanted it to stay the way it was because it was my first one. So now there's something. I don't know if I can compare that. Let's see. That is a piece of 3-inch PVC next to that. Kai skidded that home this fall. When he was up at school, they were junking out an old V16 Cummins out of a Komatsu haul truck, and he had to bring that piston and rod home, I guess. I don't know what for, but he did. So, but yeah, that's another little tidbit we've got here. You know, there's some stuff, you know, anybody knows me, they know I kind of like those things. I like the things that, the trucks that they sat on the hood of too. And there was one of my first cordless drills. I got another version of my, another cordless drill here. That was one of my first cordless drills I ever had. And I don't know, a few of you probably will recognize what this thing is. But that, something of my dad's been laying around here. I saved it, it was cool. Wanted to save it. Oh, I got a set of channel locks here, and I don't remember. These are Craftsman's, but they're really, really old Craftsman's. And I always called these, I think they were considered an adjustable wrench. I always called them, they were always a monkey wrench. Now, Bryce, I think that's a wrench you could use as a hammer too. And I've got another little, this is kind of a phony one, but kind of a different one, but I don't remember what brand it is. It was a US made. Well, everything back in the old days was US made. Another little tiny one here I've got, little monkey wrench. And it's just cool stuff to save. Let's see what else. I got some more. There's another handmade cowbell up there. And there's a couple for Kev. He'd like those. And that hand pump in the back, that came out of our original house here back when there was just a cistern before they had running water. And that's where that originated from. My dad went threw it away, and of course I skidded it back out and saved it. So, and not that I intend on having a cistern and having to pump water with it again, but I'm sure put leather seals in it, probably go back to work. Let's see, what else do I have here? A couple old hubcaps that I got in an estate, or not an estate sale, it was a rummage sale. An old Williams wrench, it's a real long, thin one. Oh, a couple old gas cans. Let's see, what does that say on it? That's an old one. Kev would like that. I know he'd really like that. Some old standard pressure grease. That one I don't think is horribly old. Probably 60s maybe. And let's see, we got the old gasoline torch. I've never used one, but... And then we got... I had a partial one back there too, without the head on it. Oh, let's see, another old lantern. That was something Maria's dad had. But I saved it. It's still operable. Small ice tongs back there. Old fishing rod. That handsaw, I remember me and my dad actually used that a few times. His power saw was broke down, and I was pretty young, so I was probably more hindrance than help. Oh, there's another one Kev would like in the can cave if he doesn't have it. And, oh, I switched around. Here we go. Oh, an old Hames. Littlest. I've never seen a block and tackle that small before, but kind of, it was cool. I had to save it. Some old horseshoes from my dad's old workhorses years ago. Collar. I bought that from neighbor when he was selling out. I don't know where he'd picked it up at, but he was getting rid of everything, moving, and I bought it from him. And that's the old true, it's full of horsehair, true thing. And that old stanchion, I think it's one of my dad's old ones. He gave all of his stanchions to a lady here, had a couple milk cows, told her just take them all and go through them and see what she could salvage. She used them, and then I asked her a few years ago if she still had them. She said she did, and I asked her if I could get one of them back just for nostalgia, and she said, yep, not a problem. She brought me over one, so I still got that. But yeah, and then, yeah, there's some, I think you guys have probably seen the saws and stuff before up there. Old McCullough, that's about 50, I think it was 54 to 56 vintage. And that old home light, I don't remember the story with it. And then there's a 70s Husqvarna. That's kind of the first saw. It's just like the first saw I ran in the woods. It isn't the one, but it's just like the first saw I ran in the woods back when I was young and strong and tough. So yeah, just a little nostalgia, take you down the road, and I figured I'd get a video up, and there at 'em. It's sitting safe and sound. The little Cub Cadet 60. I haven't done anything with it yet, but it's sitting in dry, warm, and safe and sound. So, yeah, I got way too much stuff. I've got cupboards up here. I've got bolts and nuts, and yeah, I got to go through stuff. But this has been my project this week, trying to get this thing going again. Steam cleaner. Had back when I was doing excavation, and yeah, it just hasn't been used much, and fuel got bad in it, and so I've been cleaned the tank out, and we're going through, and I'm getting everything fixed on it. Oh, I know that it was a switch why it failed, and I quit really using it. Got that figured out, diagnosed. So this next week I'll get this back together. I put a vacuum cleaner switch in it just to make it work, just to trying to diagnose it, figuring it out. So got that going, and yeah, we had the fuel that came out of there. You can see that. It looks more like it looks more like it just came from the tar sands in Alberta than it does diesel fuel. But it's leaking out of the pump. It looks more like, it isn't even, it's thicker than motor oil even, maybe 20 below motor oil. So, but anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up. I've showed you enough stuff, enough you're probably sick of seeing it. So, thanks everybody for watching. I'll hope to see you in the next one. And thanks, like and subscribe.